Hey, this is Alan Yip. Welcome to Study and Shine. How many uses can you think of for this metal clip? So if you are again, pause the video, take 60 seconds and just write down as many ideas as you can. Okay? So what's the point? That is the power of creativity. It's not about having right or wrong ideas. It's about having different ideas. Psychologists have come up with many ways, sometimes weird, sometimes interesting ways to test for creativity. They might ask you a question like this, or they might pose a question like, a man married 30 women in the same city, and every one of them is still alive, and he has never divorced any of them. And yet it's illegal for a man to marry more than one woman in that city. So how is it possible when he has not broken any law? Well, I'm not that man, okay? And do you know what I want to know the answer? It's because that man is a minister, so he presided over those wedding ceremonies. And the key is, can you jump out of the box? Can you think differently? And why is this important? Well, let's look at how much creative potential you are using today. Okay, check this out. I learned from the late Tony Busan, the inventor of mind map, that children in kindergarten are the most creative because they use 95 to 98% of their creative capacity. Then when they move into primary school or junior high, guess what? That percentage dropped to about 50 to 70%. And it gets really more gloomier because when they get to high school or secondary school, they use only about 30 to 50% of their creative potential. So don't ask me, for adults like us, how much are we using? Very sad, less than 20%. So it seems like we have lost that inner Leonardo Da Vinci. We have lost that creative edge. So how can you gain it back? Before we jump into the big strategies for you to apply, let's review why this is important, because creativity and creative expression is a part of human nature. When you are engaged in creative activities like gardening, knitting, drawing, playing musical instruments, or doodling, okay, and journaling, and all these creative tasks, you feel what? You feel good about yourself because your brain releases dopamine, which is a natural antidepressant, is a happy chemical. It uplifts you, it puts you in the flow, and in fact, it makes you smarter and it boosts your immune system. So creativity is very important and is often neglected in today's schools. Okay, so let's jump into it. Let me offer you 5 big strategies to boost your creativity. Number 1, play. That's right. And if your brain is too constrained or you feel too serious, and certainly you can't let your creative juice flow. So you got to take a break, 15 minutes, watch something funny. Maybe Mr. Bean, maybe just for a gag, whatever makes you laugh. And that will be a really good time out and an icebreaker. Essentially turn everything into a game, because if it's a chore, it drains energy. But when it's a game, it generates energy, right? So what does that mean? You need to look at even boring subjects as a game, as a video game, and you keep trying. And I'm sure when you play video games, you don't mind, right, when you make mistakes, because you learn from the mistakes. You won't just say, I've had enough, I'm going to give up. You won't do that. That's why you need to experiment and learn from it. Number 2, go on a mental adventure. And similarly, maybe you have worked hard on a problem and now your creative juice has stopped. And that is the time for you to take a long break, okay? And go on a mental adventure. I'm talking about maybe going out to a museum, to a bookstore, to an art gallery. Go for a ride. Do something totally different. Essentially, you want to expose yourself to different and new ideas. Okay, and now when you go to an art gallery, when you go to a museum or go to a shopping center and see different things, have different stimulation, multi-sensorial, and guess what? Let the brain connect the dots, form the connections, and even develop different solutions. Strategy number 3, be with nature. I love that personally. Okay, I love hiking in Cape Town on the Table Mountain or Lion's Head, or visit the volcano at Mount Bromo in Indonesia, or watch the blue flames at Mount Ijen in Indonesia. Spend time in nature, go mountain biking, hiking, and cycling. You know what? Nature does possess the magical power to unleash that creativity within you, and in fact, to heal. So spend time. One thing is this, because I get questions from students or from my adult clients, and they said, how about posters of nature or waterfall? And I have a high definition TV. Can I just watch that and be relaxed? The answer is no. No way. Okay, because your brain knows that is fake. You can't get relaxed by that. And instead, if you can just put some plants and flowers, and this is based on research, okay, it's pretty cool. Put plants or flowers in your office, in your room, and you know what? That will relax you. Another thing is, do your best to have your window look out to greenery, trees, grass, rather than steel and concrete. And that is going to help you become more creative. Number 4, okay, cross-train your mind. This is the strategy I personally use and I teach my students and my clients as well. That means the best is go to a library or go to a bookstore and just take 1 hour. And I like for you to just really check out in different sessions. Divide the 1 hour into 4 quadrants. That means 15 minutes each. So really time yourself, okay? Set a timer or on your handphone. 15 minutes, maybe you go to this session and you pick up a book. You don't need to care about which session or what book. Let's say you pick up How to Do Stand-Up Comedy. And you know what? Just flip open and go ahead and read for 15 minutes. The key is not to understand everything. The key is to expose you to different ideas. And then do it, or zzz, and then now move to another session. Let's say history. Okay, pick up Sun Tzu, The Art of War, and just flip to another page and start reading for another 15 minutes. Pretty cool, you get the idea? And then do it, and now go to maybe nature, okay? And you said, okay, survival, wilderness, and training book, and now really cool. Flip open, and now go ahead, look at different pages, and for 15 minutes, how to build a tent, how to survive, how to collect water, and last round. Maybe go to the finance or business session, and now this pocket CEO, and go ahead and maybe go to the Boston Consulting Group and check out the matrix. And now just read and try to absorb as much as you can. And there you have it. This is a really powerful method that I have developed to cross-train my mind for my students to widen their horizons. Last and big strategy, for those of you who are music lovers, art lovers, this idea is for you, or writers, okay? I love writing myself. So what does that mean? Studies show that people who play musical instruments, who paint, who draw, who journal, and share the experience in writing in the diary or the journal about their happenings and what the lessons learned or their struggles. And guess what? Research shows that they have much higher connectivity between the left brain and the right brain. And that is powerful, because if you can get these two brains to work together, to dance together, you have much higher brain efficiency. In fact, it improves your cognitive functions. To keep it simple, it makes you smarter. So with that, go ahead and try out all these steps and strategies. I wish you well, and try them out. Let me know how they work out for you. And if you enjoy the video, become a subscriber, okay? And just join me on this learning journey. Recommend as well the videos to other friends and family members. I appreciate that, and thank you for watching.